start the show?
You're the one doing the intro.
No. You do the intro, which gives me the segue in to talk about what I want to talk about.
You're the one that wanted to talk about this thing, so you start.
That's nonsense. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode...
No, you're already doing it wrong.
What do you mean? That's why I do the outro.
Wolfie, tell me about Digital Circus. I don't know what it is.
Oh, Digital Circus. It's a new indie animation cartoon by Glitch Productions. The creators that some of you might know of. What is it called? Murder Drones.
Oh, yeah.
Also another one of them. I haven't watched it yet, but I've seen it, and people seem to really like it.
Yeah.
There's a new one, Digital Circus. It's about this girl, Pomni, who's been slurped into a digital world, along with other people who have been trapped in that digital world. It's kind of themed like a circus, and they're stuck there forever. And it seems sort of like it's not horror, but it's like horrific setting, but like goofy comedy way to deal with it. Like, because they're trapped there forever. If they give up hope, they turn into like abominations they call abstractions. And they can't leave.
Some of them are quite interesting looking.
Yeah.
There's a man with teeth and eyes.
There sure is. He's all teeth and eyes.
Right, all teeth. That's the important distinction. Most people have teeth and eyes.
I like Gangle. She's the one that's made of ribbon.
Yep, that's... You don't like this Jax, the screaming clown?
Nah, listen, everyone likes Jax.
Or the rabbit?
He's the bait, clearly.
Right.
The Onceler.
The purple Onceler.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
He is cool, but cool. I like Gangle.
Yeah, that's fair. It seems like you would like Gangle. Just all ribbon all the way down.
That's right.
What the fuck is a chess piece? Who is this?
Oh, that's Kinger.
Oh, yeah, makes sense.
He's been there the longest, apparently.
Well, yeah, he's the king.
And then there's Ragatha. I forget what the weird looking one was called. The one that's all the random Zooble.
As if they're not all weird looking.
The random 90s-esque puzzle pieces. Toy pieces. And then there's Kane, the guy with the teeth and eyes.
Oh, my favorite.
Yeah, they released one episode, and now they're selling merch to fund the rest.
Imagine the blowjob that guy must give.
All teeth. All
gums.
You know, he uses his eyeballs like tits and like that.
Oh, yeah, of course. The in-between.
Yeah.
It sounds interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I mean, it sounds fucked up, but you know. What isn't these days?
Ah, truly. That's that post-COVID inspirations. Everyone's losing their mind.
That's right. They're all hopped up on the drug.
Yeah, the drug. Just the one.
Well, what's the one that, like, Trump said he took that was like, ivermectin?
Oh, ivermectin.
The fucking, like, horse medicine?
Yeah, the horse dewormer.
Yeah. That's what they're all hopped up on.
Oh, man.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 96 of You're Ridiculous.
Whoa!
We are so old.
Oh, we sure are. Almost 100 years old.
I know. Almost a century old.
That's insanity.
I know. Look at us go. Last week, we had our Halloween/anniversary episode where we talked about the Science of the Scare project.
We sure did.
We rated a bunch of... Well,
we talked about...
Right. We talked about a bunch of movies that other people rated.
Yeah.
Collectively. And it was great. Most of them were pretty well rated.
Yeah. Some of them didn't deserve it, but watch the episode. You'll find out.
That's right. You'll find out exactly where we stand and how wrong they are. Or how right. You never know.
Exactly.
Some of them were right. But no longer. This week, we are finally, the wait is over, talking about Five Nights at Freddy's the movie.
We sure are. Whoa.
Wolf, you must be so excited.
I am thrilled. It is finally here after 7 years. They all thought it wouldn't happen, but it did.
I was just
going to
say, I'm surprised it actually happened. From all the shit I hear about this, like the FNAF universe, I'm surprised they actually got the movie going.
I know, right?
And that it actually made it on a streaming service.
Yeah, and it's doing pretty well in the box office, apparently, too. I'm like, wow, That part I didn't expect. I'm like, okay, all the fans are going to go see it. But then more than just the fans saw it.
Yeah, indeed. I've also heard it was doing pretty well.
It outdid, Oppenheimer. Look at us go. FNAFheimer for sure.
Oh, yeah, well, I guess that's fair, just because it's half the show time.
I think I said something like, it was like the opening day was bigger than Oppenheimer's.
Yeah, that's fair. Globally, I doubt it did better, but... it like, demolished the Taylor Swift movie.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that gave out.
Which was literally just, like, a Taylor Swift concert. It's so weird.
Oh, I bet that was hell in that theater. Also, though, there was screaming in my theater, too, so...
I have seen, like, TikToks of, like, people recording during the Taylor Swift things, and they're just, like, singing along.
Having
like,
a blast.
people are just, like, jamming out like it's a literal concert. I'm like, what, why is this a thing?
Best they can get.
This is so weird. Yeah, they can't afford real Taylor Swift tickets. Oh, man. Anyways, we're not here to talk about Taylor Swift.
Exactly.
Who cares about her? Yeah, it did well at the box offices, especially opening day.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're here to talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's get right in. What is it?
All right, Five Nights
For those that might not know.
Five Nights at Freddy's the movie tells the tale of Mike Schmidt, the caretaker of his new orphaned little sister Abby. He's also an orphan too, though he's an adult, so it doesn't count.
True. Nobody cares about him.
After a traumatic experience where he lost his younger brother as a child, he is now obsessed with figuring out who killed his brother, but not in the normal obsessed way.
Who kidnapped his brother?
Oh yeah, who kidnapped his brother? His brother's definitely
He doesn't
dead.
actually know what happened to him. He finds out later, but presumably. And then he's maybe lose my train of thought. It's not like a normal obsession with finding your brother's killer/kidnapper. This time, instead of searching for clues out in the real world, he's searching his dreams. Which apparently is a legit thing.
Yeah, it's apparently working out for him.
There's a whole science behind it, how your memory remembers every detail of something that you've seen or witnessed.
Yeah.
And how it's all just lodged, in your memory bank.
Yeah, it doesn't have a tab you can pull to bring it forward.
Right. It's like the tab there's 27 Windows Explorer tabs open, 4 of them are frozen, and we don't know where the music is coming from.
That's right. And then you click around a bit, and it's not coming from any of the tabs. It's coming from some random extension that downloaded itself onto your computer.
it's and the music is coming from the LimeWire app that you didn't even open. But yeah.
Great movie. The fans, of course, have their thoughts and such, but it's not as polarizing as one would have thought it did, even among fans. People really liked it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Before we get too deep into specifics, how accurate is what happened in the movie compared to what happens in the lore? Because I don't think is Mike Schmidt a character?
Yes.
But is he portrayed as he was in the movie?
Technically, yeah. So when he's portrayed in the game, the way he's portrayed in the first 3 games, it's really vague. Because he's the player character. You play as him.
Oh, okay. I did not connect that, but I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. The only way you would know that if you had played the game and saw at the end the name on the check at the end is Mike Schmidt.
Okay.
But that's where the contention gets, because as you know, at Five Nights at Freddy's, there's the books and there's the other things, but there's always the debate of whether or not they're canon and what it means to be canon. I think the movie's canon, actually. Unpopular opinion.
Listen, you're the lore keeper of FNAF universe, so
True.
People should listen to you.
I know things. I suss things out.
Right.
But it's like, there will be people who say it's not accurate. It's like an alternate timeline, especially because of that reveal at the end that Vanessa was Afton's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
But when you really, really look at it, it doesn't really contradict anything that happened in the games. So the rejection of it's a little dramatic. Because it tracks, it lines up. It brought some new information to the table, but it doesn't contradict. But then there's also the part where the first 3 games canonically aren't accurate to what actually happened.
Of course not.
I know.
Yeah, that'd be too easy.
Because they are in universe. They are games made by someone who don't know actually know what happened. He just heard like the urban legends and such.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure the movie is telling us exactly what the fuck happened.
Mm-hmm. Who's the creator of FNAF?
Scott Cawthon.
Okay. He was working on the movie, right?
Oh, yeah, he's very, very involved, apparently. He wrote the script, and then they pruned down the script because it was too violent, too scary.
Oh, okay.
Had to keep that PG-13 rating, apparently. They just had to.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'll circle back to that. So, surely if Scott was heavily involved, then this would be canon if he fucking wrote it.
I know, right? You'd think so. You'd think it'd be that simple to people.
Well, yeah, I guess, I should know better. Having, myself being a part of, fan universes and everything, that the fans never know what they want.
Indeed, indeed. Staring at the screen, telling us exactly what's happening, and people just go, no. Fake, not real.
Nah, that's not real. So circling back to what I was saying, I was actually anticipating this to be scarier than what it was.
Yeah.
So I obviously didn't know much beyond what you told me going in. I knew it was a PG-13 rating because I'd looked it up a little bit, but I was expecting, if you had asked me months ago, I would have said it was not a PG-13. It was higher rated than that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd go so far as to say R, but
I think that's the only level up because our rating system is stupid.
Okay. Yeah, you are right. I am an idiot. But there's also pretty high variance between what is R. There's tiers of R.
Yeah.
There's definitely not all R's are treated equally.
Some R's are only R's because there's titties.
Right, exactly. So stuff like that. So I was expecting a mid-level R,
Yeah.
But it ended up being PG-13.
It did indeed.
Were you okay with that, or did you want something more gruesome?
I think I'm okay with that.
Or even just more severe. It didn't have to be actually gruesome.
I would have liked to see maybe a little bit more like gritty violence in it, especially with the spring luck scene. What they did was cool, especially since for a PG-13 rating, pretty solid. Yeah. But I would have liked to see more.
Yeah,
more visceral.
Right. We really only got a few cuts and scrapes with some pretty big cuts on Mike.
Yeah.
And then we saw Max get chomped in half.
Yeah, but it was like a shadow.
And that was basic. Yeah, that was basically it. Which is pretty tame.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Vanessa shot Mike William Afton.
He did. Shrugged that bullet right off.
He did. He was. Well, I guess the padding and the machinery absorbed probably most of it. Man was ready.
He was. Not a thing could stop him.
He beat the shit out of Mike and then, turned on his own daughter.
He sure did.
Is Vanessa a character? He did. Well, okay. So one thing I hear from a lot of criticism about Josh Hutcherson, who played Mike in the movies, is that he's a pretty not very exciting actor to watch. But I feel like he is one of the truest actors to how people actually react in movies.
Yeah. I mean, what more do they want from him?
Right. He's not some superhero. He's a dude.
Yeah.
He's 22, maybe pushing 25 maybe.
Yeah.
In the movie, not actually him.
Yeah.
He's not over 25 surely as his character. He's not some superhero. He's hopped up on sleeping pills.
Yeah.
How else is he supposed to react? And similarly, he has a pretty shy and reserved character in The Hunger Games as well.
Peeta.
Right, Peeta. He's obviously ripped and super strong and everything like that. But there's backstory for why that's true. And so I thought Josh Hutcherson did a good job.
Yeah, especially that scene where he's being tempted by Cassidy to accept the dream world in exchange for Abby, and you see him falling for it, and he touches her, and he's he makes that face, and you're that's pretty good.
That was really good.
I'm what you guys are ridiculous. He's not.
Yeah.
Mike's not he doesn't have he's not a character that's got a lot going on. He's not flamboyant or extra confident. He's just the guy who may or may not have accidentally killed his little brother.
Man is literally just trying to do his best with the cards that he's been dealt.
Indeed. He's got his crazy aunt.
Right. He's just trying to survive. And I thought that was a great job. I thought, speaking of people who did a great job, fucking Matthew Lillard.
Oh, yeah.
He was, this is no surprise. I've said before how good Matthew Lillard is. He was in Scream. He was Shaggy in the Scooby-Doo live action. Those are probably his two most famous ones.
Yep.
But yeah, he's always good. And he was not being a fan or not like invested as Wolf is in the FNAF universe. I only know about William Afton from what Wolf has told me.
Yeah.
Or what you have told me. And I was speaking to the audience. I'm like, listen, audience, you gotta know how good Matthew Lillard is. But obviously, as a fan, how did you think his portrayal of William Afton went?
I really liked it. It was different from what like people like had in their mind of what William Afton would act like. But I liked Matthew Lillard's performance way better. I like that he's kind of goofy. I like that he's just kind of going for it. He's not like he's not like super smart, sinister Batman villain type guy. Not Batman, but you know.
Yeah, Batman.
What's the word? I can't think of the word. He's not like the type to like really like Lex Luthor. What is Lex Luthor?
Oh, like a strategist?
Yeah, that. He's not that.
Or just like a super genius? Or
he's not the Lex Luthor type.
Right.
And a lot of fans depict him that way. They also depict him as British, so I'm glad he's not British anymore.
Interesting. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I mean, a lot of people don't really know the full personality traits of like a psychopath or a sociopath.
Yeah.
And that's, to my understanding, exactly what William Afton is.
Pretty much.
Right? Like, and, you know, disregard for human life and basically caring about himself and everything like that. And tendencies of sort of being obsessed with yourself and losing sort of touch on reality is all what that is. And that was the portrayal he gave off. And I thought it was really well done.
Yeah. He's like, I just can't, the owner, he's a real sentimental guy. Just can't get rid of the place. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. That was a really good, if you didn't know, obviously you and I, we both knew that was William Afton. Pretty obvious. But if you don't know, I thought that was, I guess even if you did, it was a good twist. Not even a twist, but it was a good reveal. He's a short character. He's memorable because he's likable, as Matthew Lillard is. And he makes a lot of small remarks here and there. And then he pauses when he sees Mike's last name.
Yeah.
All that sort of stuff. And then we get the reveal at the end where he takes the helmet off.
Yeah.
Or the hat.
The hat, yeah.
What is it?
The head. The suit head. The fursuit head.
Right. He takes it off. And even before that, you can hear his own tones when he's speaking while in the suit.
Yeah.
It was really, really cool.
Plus, it's like, I knew he was William Afton because, you know, it's the meta of that. But I'm watching the movie, I'm like, but how are you William Afton?
Right. Yeah. That was good. I liked it. His character is Springjack?
Springtrap?
Springlock? Springtrap? Listen, I don't know.
Springjack.
Listen, how would I know? What did he mean when he said he always comes back?
That's a theory, you know. I think it means that I think it means he's cheated death before because overall in the game lore, reason he's killing children like midway in the timeline is because he found the secret to immortality. Right,
he's obsessed with it.
Yeah. And he has you can see he has scars on him already. His suit's all fucked up. So something happened before this event. And he is, for some reason, killing security guards with his weird torture trap saw thing. And I think that's him harvesting remnants so that he stays young or preserved the way he is. So he can keep living forever.
Interesting theory. So nothing's officially confirmed yet.
Yeah. And if it's not all that, then it's because he probably expected to put the suit on and walk out of there because the suit's definitely powered somehow. He shouldn't be able to move like that in a normal suit. Bro's booking it.
Yeah. Bro's hauling ass.
Yeah.
in a fully mechanized fursuit.
Yeah, but unfortunately for him, the ghost sucked all the power out the vicinity, so he's fucked.
Yeah. It took me a second to realize why the building was decaying. And then I'm like, oh, it's all like collapsing in on their region.
Yeah, poltergeist style.
Yeah, exactly. Figured it out. It was a longer movie than I thought it would be. It was like hour and 50 minutes.
Yeah, almost 2 hours. It didn't feel that way.
I was just going to say, it did not feel long. I was good. I thought the pacing was really well done.
I'm like, damn, give me the 3-hour cut. The 4-hour cut. Right? They cut a lot of footage, apparently.
Oh, give me the Schneider 4-hour cut. I'd watch more for sure. I didn't... Oh, the other thing I wanted to know, is Vanessa a character or was she a write-in?
She's a character, but her contention right now is because she's a character that isn't introduced until Security Breach.
Ah, okay. Is she a police officer in that too, or no?
She's a security guard. Okay. Security guard with no qualifications, which makes you think she was never actually a police officer. It's just a costume.
Do we know in the game if she's Afton's daughter, or was that something new?
That's something new.
It is?
Okay. But it tracks.
It was obvious, though.
Yeah, because she also keeps, like, the character theming of being, like, the reluctant follower. Like, in the games, she's, like, fighting against being, like, the evil murder killer bunny she's being brainwashed into. So she's, like, half that sometimes and half her normal stuff the other times. And in this one, she's, like, reluctantly following along with this because she's been raised to murder children since she was a child. I'm also pretty sure he kidnapped her. That's probably not his biological daughter.
Probably not. I could see it. I could see it. Why did he kidnap Garrett? Is he just experimenting?
That's a great question. I think
because that was one of the few questions I had at the end of it.
I suspect, because I don't know for sure. I think maybe Garrett was like his original Vanessa, like, or maybe he's like trying to gather children to remake his family on some level, because he does call these little abominations he's made his children, his creations.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm all you have. So what are you gonna do about it? Yeah. And it was weird that she had the same airplane toy. So it's kind of like maybe Garrett didn't work out, and now
I was going to say, yeah, Vanessa must have been after Garrett.
Yeah.
Assuming she's not biological, but she could be.
Yeah.
We're not sure. Do we know why?
Oh no.
Oh, do we know how William controls the kids, or is that like a thing, or they just like listen to him because they don't know any better?
It's like a 2-part thing. One part of it is that they don't realize that he killed them as ghosts, but he was like,
yeah, we were told
he was like the mascot, so they're like, oh, that's the mascot I love, and it's always there for me, because I'm pretty sure all these children canonically just kind of get dumped at Freddy's because their parents don't want them.
Makes sense.
But then the other half of it is that all the kids except Cassidy, the blonde one, are pretty passive and not that strong. Cassidy is the one who is ultimately controlling them, basically at the point where they start trying to harvest Abby. Okay. And they're just kind of following along because they can't fight against it.
Cassidy was the one in Foxy?
No, Cassidy's the one in Golden Freddy. That's the one that went and picked up Abby.
Yeah.
With the weird eye.
Right.
And you can see, actually, behind the animatronic's eyes, it's lit up blue, which is not normally like that, and Cassidy's eyes are lit up. his suit's eyes are lit up blue.
I did see that, actually. I saw the blue. I didn't know it was theirs, but that makes sense. Also, I like that... I laughed pretty hard as silly Aunt Jane, she's sleeping.
Shouldn't we just roll with it?
Literally just either passed out or completely dead in the living room.
Yeah, that tracks.
That was good. I also really liked when Mike's picking up his new sleeping pills and the dog's just like, what an asshole. He
just snatches it and leaves. I was like, he didn't pay for that.
Oh man, it was so good. Yeah, funny.
Oh man, another theory.
Yep.
I think what's her face? Vanessa and Cassidy are either the same person or on some level, or connected very intrinsically somehow. Because when Mike has that conversation with Vanessa, he's like, here's the real reason I keep coming here and taking sleeping pills. Cassie then repeats that information word for word back to him, and during that dream sequence. And it's like, yeah, he could have been listening, but it's weird that then he also says the same things Vanessa said. So it's like, all right, you guys are connected somehow.
Right. That's cool. One thing that I really liked was when we see Vanessa fighting William, he's like, you had one job. You had to do this and then this. And she's like, that's 2 jobs. And that's exactly what Mike said when he was at the job center getting, trying to find a job.
Yeah, we'll have a callback.
And he said that same thing. And then later on, one of the things that William says when he's fighting Mike is, I killed your brother, now I'll kill you. Symmetry. And then he said, he said something else after symmetry, but symmetry was a big point in his whole thing. And then Mike and Abby are carrying Vanessa away, and then all the animatronics are carrying William away.
Yeah.
And there's that, and it keeps going back and forth. We see him get further. They start dragging or carrying Vanessa out, and William gets dragged further in.
Yeah. And
so more symmetry there. That was just like pretty cool callbacks.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. That is cool.
Yeah, it was good. I bet some further things have gone or are missing, like on your first watch. Like, I bet you could see more stuff in the cameras or in the background.
Oh yeah, pausing.
You didn't notice, right? Like,
shame Peacock has such an awful like playback system, because when you pause, it like brings the bars down. I'm like, I can't see anything.
It's so bad. I was trying to rewind just like the last like 5 seconds. Like Netflix has like a 10-second rewind.
Yeah.
And I tried to do that too, and it brought like an entire menu up. I'm like, I can't even see how far I've gone away.
Amazing.
Terrible. It was the worst. But yeah, I bet another rewatch of specific scenes would be pretty good.
Yeah,
notice more stuff.
Max, the babysitter who got chomped.
Yeah.
People suspect that the suit she's in is a golden shadow Freddy, which is like technically an official character, but I think she's actually in Mr. Hippo, which is one of the mediocre melodies who hold some level of lore significance, but we don't know what that significance is.
Okay. It did look like a purple suit.
Yeah, exactly. It's
I'm pretty sure
really,
it was.
Really purple. And it's like Cassidy killed those people. And then in Ultimate Custom Night, it's also Cassidy who's also partially controlling the mediocre melodies. Like you can hear 2 voices speaking when they like say certain lines.
Nice.
So I'm like, I think that's Mr. Hippo. I think those 4 or 5 criminals get turned into the mediocre melodies.
Yeah, shout out for Max for being a scumbag.
I know, right?
Literally like ratting on Mike just for some money, pretending to be his friend and helping him out.
For some change.
Yeah, for $200.
Right. I'm pretty sure she would have made more, like just supporting him and getting paid for that babysitting.
Right, absolutely. And then they like don't even argue. The brother is like, "We'll do it for $2,000," and Jan's like, "You'll do it for $1,000,000," and they don't even say anything.
All right, fine.
At least get the money up front. She already didn't pay you for the $200.
That is true.
Why would she pay you for the $1,000?
Idiots.
Stupid Jan. Stupid Max. They got what they deserve.
They did indeed.
Also, I like that there's 4 suits, but 5 kids were dead, so one guy's just floating around in the cupcake.
Oh, no. The 5th kid, which is Cassidy, he's in Golden Freddy. He's in that suit in the back.
So who was in the cupcake?
Probably Susie's dog, Chica's dog.
Oh, okay.
In the game, she had a dog, and William killed it and used it to lure her out.
Okay. That's a lot better, because I'm like, wow, one kid really just got shafted and didn't get the entire suit.
True.
I'm like, fuck that guy.
He's a feral little cupcake.
Okay. The dog makes more sense. That's funny, that makes me feel a little better for the ghost kid.
Yeah.
It's confirmed, I think, that we're getting another one, right?
Yeah, we're getting 2 more.
2 more.
We might even get even more with how well it did, but we're getting at least 2 more.
Nice. Yeah, I'm glad. I'd watch more.
Yeah, same. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready to prove everyone right, that I was right, that these movies are canon.
I'm surprised, well, I guess it's still a little early, but I wonder if Scott will ever confirm if they're fully canon or not.
You know, I wonder, because he still refuses to, like, going and say whether the books, he tiptoes around whether the books are canon. He was like, well, some aspects are canon, and then you look at the aspects are canon, and then those canon aspects get referenced in other books. And so that would mean all the books are canon.
Yeah, trying to figure everything out still.
Doesn't want to
producing more content than he's fully figured out for the lore.
He's got answers. The people aren't ready for him.
That's right. Was this movie everything you were hoping for?
It was indeed. Why I could have used more violence, but it was great. I had a blast.
For what it was pretty solid. You saw it in the theaters, right?
I did indeed.
How did it hold up?
Oh, it would have been better if people were quieter. The movie started ran the pre credits. People started screaming and cheering and clapping. I'm just like, they cannot hear you. And then what's worse, another ad played. It wasn't even the movie started, so I got to hear it again when they ran the real pre credits.
It's like people clap when a plane lands. Just the worst.
I know, right?
Yeah. How, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this movie?
I think I give it a 9.
Really?
Yeah, I really like the scenes where they're just playing with the animatronics. That was the most unexpected part, but it grew on me.
Like when they're making the fort?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just flop back. Play on the ground.
Yeah. I like how... I'll rate mine in a second, but I didn't want to forget. I like how Vanessa was just a complete scumbag the whole movie.
Oh, yeah. She was like, I tried to warn you in the most cryptic way possible.
I get it. She's dealing with her own sort of trauma around this place and her father and all the fucked up shit that she probably went through. But, come on. There's, literally 2 people that you probably care about and their lives are at risk.
Yeah.
You could have done a little bit more.
Send a letter.
Yeah, right?
I feel like when you hit the point where they see the animatronics are possessed, you go, by the way, there's a reason they're possessed. You should leave.
Yeah, right. You don't have to tell Abby, but at least fucking tell Mike.
They've got the little shitty spring trap endoskeleton set up in the back for Abby, and she just looks at it. She's like, "Oh, don't touch it," and then says nothing more about it.
Yeah, and not only does she say nothing more about it, she threatened to shoot Mike.
She did.
It's if my father doesn't get to you, I will if you bring Abby back here.
He brought her back, didn't even pull a gun on him. Coward. Didn't.
Pulled a gun on her father, actually.
She did.
Instead, yeah. I give this movie a 7.5 out of 10.
Ooh, that's not
maybe a 7. I liked it. I'd watch it again, and I'll watch more of them. It's just it's harder to fully appreciate it because I'm not an invested fan.
Yeah, you don't know the lore.
Right, I don't know the lore, but I'm sure future movies, if they're at least this good, will be higher up because I'll understand more of the lore.
Yeah.
So I only knew going into it what you've already told me, which is a decent amount, but yeah, it was good. Watch it. It's on Peacock if you don't want to go to the theaters.
Yeah.
And it's good. We both like it.
Solid.
It gets the ridiculous approval.
Indeed. I can't wait for more.
Do we know when the next one's coming out? Next year, right?
Yeah, probably. They made the first one pretty fast, on a pretty quick time scale.
Yeah.
They made it so quick. Markiplier missed out on being in it.
Oh, was he supposed to be in it?
Yeah, he was going to be the security guard in the first scene.
Oh, that would have been cool, actually.
Yeah, but he was recording his own movie at the time, so couldn't happen.
Instead, we just got some schmuck.
No, we got the security guard. Yes, we did get Matt Pat though, and Corey X Kenshin.
In what?
We got Matt Pat, who was the diner waiter.
Oh yeah.
And he says that's just a theory.
I did see that. Yeah,
and then good. Corey X Kenshin was the taxi driver.
Yeah, and the fucking Aunt Jan's do you get paid by the hour? Fuck off. Or do you get paid by the word or whatever?
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah. There's a lot of little cameos in there. They were pretty good. The waiter was funny.
Yeah.
Good Matt Pat shout out. I hope Markiplier can make it in the next one.
I sure hope.
That'd be good.
That's symmetry.
Anything else before we wrap it up?
I think Vanessa is the crying child. And if you guys disagree, you're all wrong.
The crying child.
So in Five Nights at Freddy's 4, you play as the crying child, who has never ever been given a name, and is not acknowledged in the Five Nights at Freddy's encyclopedia as a real character.
Ooh.
Therefore, the crying child is someone we already know, and not a new, and not like someone else. And at the end of Five Nights at Freddy's 4, the crying child ends up in a coma because he got bit by Freddy, Golden Freddy. And at the end of the movie, Vanessa ends up in a coma. Same exact setup. And Cassidy, at least in the movies, has shown that he can leave the Pizzaplex pretty freely and just kind of vibe himself out wherever he needs to go, and he can control your dreams and control your feelings. So I think he's gonna pull the same dream bullshit stuff to merge with Vanessa, so that he can like move freely. Because he's the only kid that stayed back, both in the games and in the movie. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, he's fucking William Afton screaming on the ground.
Writhing, slowly dying.
Yeah, just watching. Let me close the door. I'll get the door on my way out.
Let me give you some privacy.
Yeah. Yep. It was good. Check it out if you haven't done so already.
Yeah.
With that, we'll move right along to Rain's question of the week. Wolf, what is it this time?
This week's question of the week is, God has just come down from the heavens and declared a new 8th deadly sin. What is it?
Okay, I have two.
Okay.
My first one is the new 8th deadly sin is using the term fur babies or saying my fur child when referring to an animal or pet.
I love that.
I'm sort of conglomerating a lot of different things, but it's all fur baby, fur mama, fur child. I'm a fur parent.
Anthropomorphism.
All that stuff. Yeah, anything that's all contained within the one sin. That's just illegal. Like we just have to stop.
That's a solid sin.
Yeah, it's time to stop, okay? It's not 2005 anymore.
Get new words.
Enough. That's right. Get something. There's anything better. You could use so much. We have so many words.
Reevaluate your relationship with your pets.
Right. Just say this is my pet, and that's totally fine. This is my dog. This is my cat.
Own it. It doesn't have to be your child. You don't have to justify it as your child. It's a pet. And you love them all the same.
That's right. That is one of the new 8th deadly sins.
I love that.
What's yours?
Mine is the sin of pog. Verb form pogging off. You can no longer going hard in a video game and bragging about it. A sin.
I see. Is it the word or the face as well?
The word, the face is allowed in certain contexts.
Okay. And you just have to intrinsically know what those are, obviously.
Yes. As all things in the Bible.
Right. That's the only appropriate time to use it is when it's appropriate.
Yes.
And so you have to know that. I like that. That's a good one.
What's your second
mine one? Mine is a new... So I knew this question was coming, and I had mine prepared. But I went out to Chipotle tonight.
Yeah?
For dinner. And I had the guy in front of me... unfortunately for him, he has created another new 8th deadly sin.
This one guy.
And it's really just an outfit that that God has decided to outlaw. It is baggy, like sweatpants that are at least 2 or 3 sizes too large.
Okay.
And this is a very skinny, short guy, by the way. Not that it really matters, but sweatpants that are too big. Sandals, like slider sandals.
Yeah.
Then he was wearing a snapback facing forward.
What?
On top of that was a hoodie pulled up, and the drawstrings were very tight. So it was basically just like this circle around his face, and then on top of that was a very puffy like winter coat.
What?
Yeah, and he had that pulled. The hood was not down, but his sweatshirt hood was pulled up, so it was over his hat.
Yeah, over. Oh, it just keeps getting worse.
Yeah, and it was over his hat. And then, lastly, he had 2 watches on.
Oh, yeah, double the time.
2 wristwatches. I don't know where this guy learned to dress, but that entire look is illegal, and God has outlawed it.
Man dresses like an alien pretending to be a human.
He's like, hey, Mark Zuckerberg, give me a human look, and just like copy pasted like, the first thing he found.
That's what it is. The two watches for sure. My goodness.
The design is very human. You need two watches because you have two wrists.
Yeah, that's that. Were they on different wrists or the same wrist?
They were different. Okay. One on each.
Okay.
They were different watches too. Yeah. They were different watches.
The eighth sin, was, that guy.
Yeah. That guy. It's just, you have like, so all the sins are like on their own tablet and everything, like, you know, as in like accurate biblical history. And then on the eighth, this new eighth one, it's just the tablet and it's just a picture of him. That's it. It's got like Scotch tape on it and everything.
It's
just
crooked.
Like a crooked, like slightly blurry, like quickly taken picture of him in a Chipotle.
Now we've got 3 new sins. I hope the world's ready.
If you are that guy or do either of these things that we've described, they're now outlawed by God.
Repent.
Go to church. Cleanse yourself. Oh, Wolf, take it away.
I'm Wolf, taking things away. Thank you for watching episode 96 of You're Ridiculous. Woo. If you liked all that, be sure to hit the like, comment, and subscribe buttons and hit the bell so you get notified of the next episode. If you're watching on a podcast website, be sure to hit the plus and give us 5 stars to support the show. You can follow us across the internet, the main cast at ridiculous_cast on Instagram and Twitter. Follow Lucas at 7AngryWasp with an E. You can follow me at Rainbow Does without the W. We hope to see you guys all again next week. Until then, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.